Risky Behaviors by Nicolette and Ann. An at-risk behavior is anything that puts youth at risk for future negative consequences, like poor health, injury, or death. Many teenagers struggle to think about the long-term consequences their current behaviors may create.
Liliana Escobar Chavez and Craig Anderson examine trends in youth in the Media and Risky Behaviors article. U.S. youth are spending increasing amounts of time using electronic media, with youth spending at least 1/3 of their day on social media, which can play a big role in societal changes for the youth. There are 5 critical types of adolescent health risks to youth, and they are tobacco, alcohol, sexual risk-taking, obesity, and violence. Alcohol is one of the 5 health risks that we are going to be talking about in our presentation. Alcohol and alcohol dependency are widespread problems among nation's youth and are the source of 3 leading causes of death in youth. Underage drinking has always been a problem in today's youth and still continues to threaten the youth of current generations. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, as of 2016, about 7.3 million Americans between the ages of 12 and 20 years old report current alcohol consumption. This would mean that 19% of this age group for whom alcohol is illegal. Neurotransmitters are chemical messages which enable nerve cells to talk to each other and to other cells of the body. Alcohol suppresses the activities of certain nerve pathways, eventually making a person appear sluggish, lethargic, and slow-moving. Some areas of the brain that are affected are the hippocampus. The hippocampus is responsible for memory and learning. It is shown that adolescents that show heavy and extended alcohol use is associated with a 10% reduction in the size of the hippocampus. It also shows that the function of the hippocampus is uniquely sensitive to alcohol at this time, and that alcohol may be poisonous to the nerve cells of the hippocampus, causing them to be damaged or destroyed. Another area that is damaged in adolescents' brains is the prefrontal lobe. The prefrontal lobe is important for planning, judgment, decision-making, impulse control, and language. This area of the brain changes the most during the teenage years. Research with heavy drinking adolescents shows that youth have smaller prefrontal lobes than youth of the same age who do not drink.
According to the chart about lifetime underage drinking, there has been a decrease from 2008 to 2017. As that may come as a surprise to many of you, it is not a drastic change, although it is something. As you can see in the trends, 8th grade has always had the lowest percentage of drinking issues among 10th and 12th graders. According to the chart, there has been major declines within 8th grade, being that most of 41% and 10th graders at 28% and 12th graders at 14%. Moving on to the current underage drinking rates, it has gone down throughout each of the grades again. 8th grade having the most significant change throughout the decade at 50%, and 10th graders having the second highest of 32%, and 12th graders with the third lowest at 23%. This is a step up in the right direction, but it is still hard to determine what to do to make sense of these numbers.
What's one way you would stop underage drinking?